warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Khairina and my partner Teguh and Dina. We are from English Magister, Faculty of Computer Science at University of Sumatera Utara. It is an honor to be a presenter in this seminar. We would like to say thank you for IFICOL 2021 International Fieldwork Conference on Language and Literature held by the Language Center of State Polytechnic of Malang. Okay, we are going to present our paper entitled A Microstructure Analysis of Joe Biden's Presidential Victory Speech in Delaware. This focus on critical discourse, especially text structure, which is including of microstructure in speech text. This article applied qualitative method research with Dijk Critical Discourse Theory. The data is speech that is taken from Joe Biden's victory speech in Delaware. After being collected, the data is analyzed based on Teun microstructure theory. This study shows that there are several elements of microstructure found in the speech. The article was also supported by the descriptive qualitative method. The result of this article showed the elements of microstructure found in Joe Biden's speech. Okay, introduction. Language is an important factor for determining the fluency on a current communication. The accuracy of the language is not just the accuracy of choosing words, stringing sentences, and also the accuracy of seeing the situation. This approach to language, which analyzes discourse to highlight inequality that is expressed, produced, and reproduced through language, is called critical discourse analysis or CDA. This approach CDA focus on linguistic analysis to expose misrepresentation, discrimination, or particular position of power in all kinds of public discourse such as political speech, newspaper, advertisement, etc. This article discusses about Joe Biden's presidential speech when the day he won the election. The writer analyzed the speech with Dijk's microstructure concept. Microstructure level is applied to figure out how the semantic, synthetically, stylistic, and rhetorical aspects are realized in the text. Next, we will continue by Teguh.
Okay, the second part is review of literature. The first part in the review of literature is talk about CDA. Discourse analysis is a study about meaning structure in communication and examination about the variety of language function. Critical discourse analysis deals with studying and analyzing written or spoken text to reveal the existence of power, dominance, and equality. It examines how the existence, maintenance, and reproduced in social, political, and historical contexts. Dijk's theory recognizes political discourse as sociocultural or social context, cognitive or social cognition, and linguistic phenomenon or text. This approach is important because it can illuminate cognition involved in political discourse, offering an examination of how it is understood and analyzed at the structural and textual levels. The second part is microstructure. Microstructure is the effective way to observe the next rhetorical and persuasive process when someone conveys the message. Certain words are chosen to clarify the choice and attitude, shaping political consciousness and so on. Microstructure is defined to four aspects: semantic aspects, synthetical aspects, stylistic aspects, and rhetorical aspects. And the next part is research method. In this article applies research design for the document analysis or the qualitative descriptive method. And the fourth part is result and discussion by Maulidina Mutia.
Okay, this is the fourth part, result and discussion. So for the first one, semantic aspect, there are two aspects that will be discussed for this semantic aspect. The first one is presupposition. Okay, I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you've placed in me. I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide but to unify. By saying that Joe Biden used of propositions, assuming that with the trust of people, or the people of America, he will be a president that unifies the people, not to divide. So the second one is disclaimer. The semantics of disclaimer element is used to negate self-negative actions to make the in-group appear not to do any negative action. So for syntax aspect, I see my buddy San, some cover down there, and I think San, cons is there, and I think the governor's around. Is that Rut and former governor Ruth Anne Minor. Most importantly, my sister-in-law and my sister Valerie. The sentences from the speech above mostly show the use of an S additive coherence. Moreover, likewise, is found in a sentence as the adversative coherence. So, stylistic aspect, I saw this office to restore America, to rebuild the backbone of the nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again, and to unite us here at home. The usage of the words restore and rebuild signifies an action to fix what was broken in the past. Joe Biden uses these words to convince his supporters that he will fix his predecessors, Donald Trump, mistakes. So the next part is rhetoric metaphor. I saw this office to restore America, to rebuild the backbone of the nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again, and to unite us here at home. In the sentences above, Joe Biden used the phrase to rebuild the backbone of the nations, which means the people which make the very foundations of America. Backbone means the chief support of a system or organization. He likened the middle class to be the cornerstone of the country which supports the whole country. Rhetorical questions and expressions. Now this campaign is over. What is the will of the people? What is our mandate? I believe it's these Americans have called upon us to wrestle the forces of decency and the forces of fairness. Joe Biden used rhetorical questions to touch on the subject of the issues currently prevalent in America that he plans to resolve. So we come to the conclusions. Joe Biden tries to create a good expressions in front of his citizens. It can be analyzed from syntactic element. Joe Biden mostly uses the pronouns I to emphasize his winning and our to convey that he and his citizens belong in the same nation, that they share the same goals, ideas, and events. Joe Biden includes his audience to share his win. In stylistic analysis, it is found that his word usage aims to make public receives the message well. Joe Biden uses rhetorical questions to explore the discussion on what must be done in his presidency and expressions to communicate his thankfulness towards his supporters. On the other hand, disclaimer of semantical aspect is not found at all in the speech because Joe Biden in his speech does not convey any negative action. Okay, that's all for our presentation for this seminar. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.